Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, the only Idaho podcast focused on providing profits for Idaho people. If you love our state and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Idaho Business Podcast with your friend, host, and all-around great guy and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode. As always, sponsored by Health West. These guys are a great organization, great people to work with, and give them a chance to see what they can do for your health and your family's health and your loved one's health. Give them a Google, find where they're closest to you, and go give them a try. They're a fantastic organization to work with. All right. Well, for many of you, your kids probably just got done with the spring break from another half or another. Quite a few of you are probably on spring break this week, and maybe you're off. Maybe you're away for the week from your businesses or your teams. I'll tell you what. That's what happened to me last week. I took my family away. We went on a cruise, which was a good out from, a good month of ramping up to buy this company, 2 weeks of running it and trying to get a few systems in place so it could stand on its own without the original owner still being in there. And I'll tell you what, one thing, I've probably said this before, one thing that can really help an owner of a business or a leader of a team is to go away. To go away for a week or 2 weeks from their business and just go enjoy themselves. Go check your email, take care of things remotely when you need to. But one thing that it'll teach you a few things. But one thing it will teach you is, hey, I'm 1,000 or plus miles away. When an issue happens, number one, it's going to identify issues where you're weak at, where you're the one constantly jumping in to solve it. But now that you're 1,000 miles away or hundreds of miles away, you can't just quickly drive back or fly back real quick to handle that issue at that moment. So it forces you to be creative with how you solve that problem. So my suggestion to all of you, very strong suggestion, is to leave. Leave your company. And this is me saying, I'm not saying a startup where you are literally doing everything. You're the service tech, you're the accounting department, you're HR, you're everything. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, hey, you've run a company for a few years now or more. Especially more if you're still that person that's solving all the problems and extinguishing all the fires. Go away and then write down all the times, all the situations you run into where you are having to be creative to solve a problem rather than you stepping in to solve it, like in person, because obviously you're not there. So you have to find another way to get that problem solved. Write those down as you solve them and write them. Number one, write the problem you ran into or the situation that arose. And then write down how you handled it. And then when you get back home, you can go through that list and decide, hey, this is actually a good way to continue handling this problem. And this is a solution that's going to continue to work for us. So I shouldn't be the one doing it anymore. And you'll be able to find your way out of a lot of different scenarios where you're the one constantly jumping in. Now, again, I'm not saying we're too good for different things and different scenarios and different problems to help with as owners or as leaders in our businesses. I'm just saying there's things you shouldn't be doing and there's things you should be doing. There's higher dollar an hour projects you should be working on. as you're working on your business, in your business. And I think too many of us try to work on our business, but all of a sudden a flame starts up over here, and then we immediately switch gears and we start working in our businesses. So with this new business we bought, it's already running. It's got established people, and we ran into a few things where, if I was in town, I probably maybe would have tried a little bit more to, honestly, I wouldn't go up personally and try to quickly solve them. But 5-7 years back, that Spencer would have went and tried to solve those himself. But what it forced me to do is, while we were away, when things popped up, I was able to see, okay, yeah, this is what's happening. This is a weak point in this company. How do we solve it for tonight? And then what's a good solution going forward to handle this problem that's most likely going to be a reoccurring thing that keeps popping up, maybe on a weekly, bi-weekly situation or basis. So ask yourself these things, and you're probably thinking, dude, he's crazy. There's no way I could leave my company. Well, I'll tell you what, if you've been running your company for 5 years plus, and you're still the one putting all these fires out, you should. I'm telling you now, take a week off. Number one, your family would love it. Even if you don't have a family or you're not married, take your friends, go have fun, go do something for a week. Get away from the city you're working in, far enough away that you're not tempted to quickly drive back to solve a problem, and then go through this demonstration, because I know you're quickly going to recognize things that you shouldn't be doing, because, oh wait, I was able to creatively handle that through some strategic thinking from some phone calls and some emails. And guess what? Now that I've found that I can successfully solve that problem through an email and phone call, that helps, number one, a lot. And number two, if this is something that's going to be reoccurring, I think I can fine tune this with this individual or these individuals that help me with this problem to be those people that continually watch out for this situation that it could arise, and they could continue to prevent the fire instead of having it go to a full-blown, raging forest fire that they have to put out. I'm all about preventing fires instead of always just extinguishing them. There's a lot of people that are really good at putting out fires, but not very good at preventing them. And I think that's the difference between successful companies and companies that are still just trying to find their way, is that they've found ways to prevent fires through the systems they're setting up. And the owner and the CEO and all those kind of things of these companies are constantly working on the business of finding creative ways to save on their costs, be more productive in their operations, thinking of new equipment to buy to make your operations more efficient. And then just all around, just thinking outside the box. You have that ability to think outside the box, and instead of your creativity being hampered by these fires popping up that you have to solve and you have to put out when you already have people that are just taking care of it for you. Now, I'm hoping like you guys are seeing the reasoning behind this. Number one, you're going to get your lives back. Number two, your family and your loved ones are going to love you even more, because they're like, oh, Mom, Dad, I'm seeing you more often. You're in a happier mood. You're not constantly doing X, Y, and Z. So why? Yeah, you're happier. You're more enjoyable to be around. Your kids are going to want to come around more as you get older. So remember, balance in your life. You're not the one that's supposed to be handling every single aspect of your company. So give this a try. Go step away for a week and see what happens, and then document what actually happened, how you solve those problems, and then come home and then fine tune them and make sure you're not the one going back to solving those problems again. Even if you're full on type A control freak, you got to force yourself to say, you know what? my talents are better suited doing X, Y, and Z. And Kurt or Deborah or Patrick or whoever, they're more suited to do to handle these different problems. So go out there, make this happen. And for this week, always, be happy, be grateful, and find opportunities to serve others. We're also sponsored by, because I have both my companies at this time, New Clean and Commercial Cleaning Services. If you mention us as you call us, we can give you a screaming deal on your toilet scrubbing services. But I hope you guys can all learn from all these things that we're talking about, because I'm telling you, these are not things that I've just come by accident. It's been a painstaking tasks that taught me, and through my consultants, to help me to get me to where I am. And also, I'm not where I want to be yet. So I'm constantly striving to think, how better can I operate these companies so they can truly always be owner absentee, and I can operate more as an owner investor. And that's how you should be wanting as a business owner. So go out and enjoy your week. Adios, guys.
Congratulations on spending a couple of minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Idaho business community. If you're feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.